guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Hearts Covenant. Last time we explored the Ardens, we explored the forest and collected all the treasure within. This time, you want to use a tent before we move on. You want to be at full MP going up into the next area there. And as far as your crest goes, I would recommend putting Gale Spin on Geppetto like I did earlier on. I've also decided to move Air Edge in case I change my mind onto Blanca. That way I can use him physically as opposed to relying on Hailbeak. Now the reason for this is we're going to want to be able to cast Gale Spin as many times as possible, and Geppetto has 58 MP, whereas Blanca only has 45, and since we need 48 in order to cast it 3 times, Blanca's out of luck. Anyway, let us move on. By the way, with the Elemental Edge spells, they increase your damage by 25% against an enemy of the opposite element, or reduce it by 25% against an enemy of the same element, because your base attacks do not have an elemental affinity as far as being strong or weak against an enemy of any specific type. Yuri is the one falling behind. We have an old man, and Yuri is the one falling behind. That's some curse. Oh, Yuri's taking a header. Yuri? What's going on?
This place. Graveyard. The one in my soul.
Back to the graveyard, are we? That's not what the graveyard looked like in the previous game.
What the hell?
Also giant tree. Because giant tree.
There's a tree here. Whoa, what's going on here inside my soul? Something strange is happening. Is it because of that mistletoe thing? Huh? What the? That's me growing there. Hey, hold on a minute. What the hell does this mean? What's going on here? Are you alive? Are you?
The question you should be asking is, are you still alive, Yuri? Not the other you. You.
Who died, Lee?
You!
Detective you?
Not you! You!
Who?
You!
Who?
This is bad. I'm starting to feel sick. What do I do now? I can't do soul fusion anymore either. Guess I better have a look around in here. Inside my soul.
Kind of redundant to say it again, but sure. You just gotta get across. This is Yuri's soul. This is the graveyard of this game. It's kind of bland and kind of boring and nowhere near as interesting as it was in the previous game. What a creepy tree. It's like the mistletoe thing could have come from it. Me growing on the trunk is breathing slowly, like it's sleeping or something. Okay. Sure, if you say so. Alright. The Door of Hell's Commandments. Okay then. Restlessness of the monsters stirring in this place. Something to do with why you can't fuse. better take a look. Now here you'll see elemental doors, affinity with all the different things. Here, over here is, that one's wind, I believe, dark, water. And if we go over the other side here. Oh, that was Heaven's Commandments. On this side, we have fire, light, and earth elemental. Okay, then. And up here, we have the door of the Labyrinth. Sounds like fun. Yuri, you have no idea what's going on. Why would you want to go get further lost? The door of the God of Wrath. It doesn't budge. Okay then. The door of Desires. Pretty thick door. It's kind of a weird line. One of them, it's like it's sealed, and the other one, oh, it's just a thick door. I think Yuri's the one that's thick, but you never know. Now, in the previous game, I tried to give every conceivable fusion as much use as I could, depending on how the boss fights went. In this game, if you get nothing but the fire fusion, you win. You really don't need to get any other fusion. Oh, that's earth. I don't want earth. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It was green. I thought it was wind. Alright. I want wind for the upcoming sequence. That's basically the only thing I want, and then we'll grab... yeah, this was a wind crest. Then we'll grab fire after this, but for just the initial one, it's slightly more useful to use the wind one. So we'll use the wind one. But yeah, I'm not going to go over and get absolutely everything when it comes to all the fusions and make good use of all of them, because it's just not particularly useful this time around. The hell was that flash? Something is flooding into me. Smile fills your heart once again. All of his souls changed names from the first game to the second game for some reason. Whatever. Got a fusion power back. All I have to do is beat the monsters out of the real world, collect their souls, and come back here. So yeah, the souls that we get for defeating monsters, we get for defeating monsters whether you're in the party or not, which is very nice. We don't get it for fights where we don't kill our opponents. So, you usually get them for boss fights, but, like, if you're doing, say, a friendly exhibition fight, you don't get it. You do fusions with them, too. So, yeah, there's two different ways of leveling up your fusions. I'll go into that later. We're not going to go into the tutorial. Thank you very much. You could choose to get... Oh. Okay, I guess you can't choose to get another one right now. Wake up!
Is he human? Or maybe...
Yeah, he's human. But he's a strange one, all right.
That's Yuri. Yeah, Karen's not really familiar with this whole, oh, by the way, he can just randomly turn into demons thing.
Have you been with him for long?
Well, over half a year now, as near as I can recall. He suddenly appeared one day, along with my late wife's niece.
Your wife's niece?
She was more like my own daughter, but unfortunately she was already dead when he arrived. She and Yuri were lovers. He dug her grave with his own hands. we've both lost people in our lives. We just try to live as best we can,
With his own hands. Wow.
So yeah, if you don't know what happened in the previous game, kinda spoilers. Which is why I said to make sure you knew what was going on in the story from the previous game.
What's going on?
It uses the bad ending as canon for this game.
What's happening to him?
Hey, Yuri, what is it?
Unexpected! Hello, giant spider!
What's that?
Alice is pouring out of his body. It's formed into a monster.
Wake up! Wake up!
Okay, we have boss time. Now, I didn't really go over this in much detail before, but whenever I do a combo, you'll notice up in the top, I always select whoever has the last turn before an enemy shows up, and I combo to that person so I can get everybody involved. Because if I comboed to Yuri, then Geppetto wouldn't be involved, because Geppetto wouldn't get his turn until after both Yuri and Blanca had already gone. So we're going to go over here, combo up, and we're going to combo up here as well. Alright, Arachne is our enemy here. 300 HP, Earth-based. Can use poison-based stuff. What I thought was cool is on the Shadow Hearts wiki, it shows an etymology reference for this guy here. So let's start off with Gale Spin. Or I could miss. That works too. See what I mean about characters not being... I think I talked about this last time, but a character wasn't involved in the entire combo because they got hit out of it. So I have to have that character go back in. So we're going to fuse here. Fusion works a little bit differently this time around. You don't do a massive amount of... like a massive amount of SP up front. The value shown there, 3, is how much it will take at each turn in battle. So Yuri will consume 3 SP per turn instead of, doing 16 to fuse and then 1 per turn after that. So we're wind base here. We're going to use Howling, which is a magic. There's a lot of these things that say anti-air or anti-ground. Those work specifically against air and ground respectively, but they also work against enemies that are just standing normally. By ground, I mean hit with a knockdown type effect. Most spells in this game have a type of effect like that, and it actually makes the game more difficult because you have to kind of chain things together in a certain way. So just kind of be aware of that. The icon there, the 2 arrows, means it's a hard hit, so it's going to hit the enemy back. If it shows up, it's going to hit the enemy up, and if it shows down, it'll hit the enemy down. If it's a single arrow, it's just a standard attack. Alright. Oh, I saw it. Yeah, so Arachne was a talented mortal weaver who attempted to challenge Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and crafts, in a weaving contest. Due to her arrogance and insolence, Athena transformed her into a spider as punishment. I just thought it was interesting to see something like that because like, you see arachnite type enemies as spiders in video games all the time, and I just never really was aware of certain things like that before. Alright. I am playing very badly today. What is going on? I don't know how to do rings today. Alright, so we got 8 additional damage, knock the enemy into the air. Here, we're going to knock the enemy further into the air. Thank you for finally hitting a perfect. Jeez. But yeah, we got 22 extra damage when we only did 160, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, we got unlucky, and the boss targeted the same character multiple times, which really sucks. So that's going to revive. When you do use a revival item, you gain SP as well, so just kind of be aware of that. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to defend. And I'm going to have you defend as well. I'm not doing this fight particularly well, but I want... Really? Oh no. The problem with fusing Yuri is he looks a lot like a lot of the monsters do up in the turn priority, and he always gets me confused. So we're going to go like this, and like this. And if I can manage to actually hit perfects, then this is a 2-round fight that I extended far longer than I needed to. Alright, so we're going to do Blanca next. That's better. And then Howling to finish it off. There we go. Alright, if I wasn't really bad at the game today, you get, well, we're going to get one of these anyway. We might get that one too. We'll see. Did we get both?
That was a piece of cake.
Yeah. Okay, we did get both. So enemy action, if it's under 4 turns, you get additional soul. If it's over 8 hits, you get some additional cash. You'll always get the item drops from bosses, so never have to worry about that. If we had a perfect ring victory, meaning we got all perfects on all of our rings in the fight, we would have gotten additional experience. For the most part, I'm not going to go over what you get for each of the fights. Do note you get a lot of soul for boss fights, which is very nice. We're going to make good use of a lot of that soul. But I'm not going to go over what most of the bonuses you get.
What's going on?
Unless we're getting a
That
new item.
thing just jumped out from inside you.
I'm sorry about that. It's all because of that weird holy stick thing. The monster souls inside of me are starting to get a bit unruly.
Monster souls?
Yeah, he's got a strange power. Whenever he beats a monster, he takes their souls and then can fuse with them.
I can change into a monster, okay?
You look like you don't buy it, though you've seen otherwise.
Anyway, it's good we're all okay. Let's get out of this forest before something else happens.
Yeah, I'd probably follow them too. By the way, the affinity that I was talking about before, probably in the previous episode there, the affinity between characters does have a few different effects. It determines how close together they are at the start of combat. That will only be important a little later on. We'll be able to make use of Yuri to get 3-person combos on turn 1 if Yuri goes first, so that can be extremely valuable that way. It also just means the characters are together and makes it easier pathing-wise for them to get into further combos and etc. And in addition to that, in very, very rare cases, the higher your affinity between two characters, sometimes a character can come and take one otherwise fatal blow for an ally, but this is very rare and you do not see it very often. Finally, that combo damage, the higher the affinity, the more combo damage. Combo damage is also determined by the amount of hits as well, but the higher affinity, the more combo damage. That's why we're going to basically combo in all normal battles, even though we don't really need to. It's just going to make our boss fights even easier as we go forward. Yeah. Let us go to Paris. Wait. Excuse me? What? Why is Jean here? You came to see me. Why did you come to see me? Oh? Why are you going far away and how did you get here? Because I died. Yeah, they do this all off screen and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. But after Yuri's was hit by the mistletoe and Geppetto pulled him out and they escaped along with Blanca and Karen, I guess the soldiers, either the ones that were being, I would guess they're referred to as the Iron Claw, which are these soldiers that are associated with Nikolai and Lenny and all of them. I guess they killed everyone in the village, but they don't ever mention it directly. They just kind of offhand say, oh, by the way, I died. It's really, really weird. There's something you had to check, and so somehow you have the ability to transpose yourself into Yuri's soul. I don't know how any of this works. It doesn't make any sense. What do you want to check? Looking for something inside your heart. Then what are you doing in his soul? Don't go digging up anything embarrassing. What are you looking for? It's a secret until... You know what? I've done that a lot where I've gone, oh, this, it's like, here's something. By the way, this is going to happen later. Just like little minor spoilers. So I'm not going to tell you. Having a bad habit of that lately. I'll tell you if I find it. Sure enough. You scared of the journey that's about to begin? Hmm? The journey of living your life alone. Are you scared? Nah, of course I'm not scared. Maybe a little. Nah. I see. But you can't escape it, I believe her response is very similar, if not the same, regardless of what you say. The choice means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Well, have you learned anything?
The mistletoe is a powerful item. The church has used it for centuries as a tool for guiding lost souls. Well, that's what it says here anyway. It's now being kept at the Vatican.
So it's gonna guide my soul too?
I suppose so.
That's bull.
It is not bull.
Is there some way to fix it? Well, you've got to do something.
I think you're screwed.
Yep, you're screwed. Just like he usually is.
Ah, you old man. Huh? Look at that.
Hey, look, it's Sex Appeal. Hi, Karen.
Whoa.
Well, typical RPG characters. Hey, look, a pretty girl. Drool. What the hell is wrong with them? You can see and hear how uncomfortable she is.
You guys?
Well deserved. Well deserved. She packs quite a wallop. Yeah, so that's going to be Karen's new kind of outfit for the vast majority of the game. All I could see was stars. That's all? Hey, you mean you saw something? Oh, come on. Stop screwing around. What did you see? Paradise. Oh my god. You can tell how much, 15 years ago when this game was released, that it was aimed at kids, right? Well, I say kids, young men, typically. Couldn't see a thing. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, they don't really say why she changed into these clothes. At least not yet. I can't remember if they mention it later, but we've run out of ideas. Okay. So yeah, monsters are going to be attracted to us. And there doesn't seem to be anything we can do right now. Got one idea, huh? This old fart can't do anything for me. I'll go ask an even older fart. I know where this is going. Who are you calling an old fart? This weird old creature I know. Thought he was a mysterious creature. Living in Wales. This guy is really, really old. Like 600 years old or whatever the hell ridiculous number they gave him in the last game. This guy knows a lot. Kind of, yeah. He's been alive for centuries. Eh? Who are you talking about? Name is Roger Bacon. Kind of creaky and broken down in places. He's not a house. But we can depend on him. You mean the legendary magician? Yes, indeed. I told you. Yeah, I thought you were kidding. Gary doesn't really joke. He just says dumb things. Well, we better go find him. We're off to Wales in the UK. Oh yeah, by the way, she's just kind of stuck with us because she would have died if she'd stayed there, probably if she was found. But, Calais? French, not my strong suit. So that place. So it'll be hard to get a ship from there. It's close to the front line. Okay. Then why don't we head to south to Le Havre? Le Havre. I'm probably going to call it Le Havre a bunch of times just because my brain does not work. It's the way I always try and type it out too. Ought to be private ships still sailing from there. Karen, was it? We don't know what kind of danger we're going to be running into, so you should probably be heading home now. Yeah, you don't really have anything to do with this anymore. You were just kind of dragged into something you had no reason to be involved in. Trusting him got my... Well, I guess that's true. You, you were the lieutenant. I guess you were in charge of all the men there. At least the ones in the German army, not the ones from Sapientus Gladio. Can't go back to my country like this, and even if I could go back, they'd probably find me and kill me. Okay, not sure why they would do that. if she's referring to Sapienza's Gladio having sway with the German military, which we already saw, then that makes sense. But if it's like, oh, the German military is just going to execute me because I got my men killed, because you guys sent me to do a job that was going to get us all killed, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. But yeah, you want to come with us? You can if you want. Can't guarantee your life.
I hope you don't mind.
That's from my university days.
I found it over there. Is it all right if I borrow it?
You're welcome to it, my dear.
Uh-oh.
They chased us all the way here? They sure are stubborn.
Indeed they are. Hello. Oh, by the way, Blanca's here too. Blanca's not really involved in a lot of cutscenes because, as you might be able to guess, being a wolf, Blanca doesn't really talk all that much. But, yeah, so not a lot of characterization for our little wolf friend. But yes, unlike the previous game, we get 4 characters in battle at once. And if you notice, when she first grabbed her sword, she kind of spun it around in a little small circle. Kind of reminded me of how Keith wielded his weapon in the previous game. Also, at some point along the lines, we lost Karen's other weapon. I don't really know where that happened, but okay, sure. Alright, so Karen can combo onto anyone here. Like, as you can see, you can choose who you're going to combo onto. And that only really matters for positioning, because once you have a 4-person combo started, assuming the combo isn't broken for some reason, you can always select whichever character you want to follow up. Alright, so Claude Soldiers. And we're going to throw Karen in there. Nice. See, you saw the animation was a little bit different there. There was kind of a... If you held the controller, there's a little bit of force, vibration feedback there. I think that's what constitutes a stronger hit, even though it doesn't say anything on the screen. Ouchie. That didn't feel good. No, I didn't want to run away. There are times where I'm going to run away from battle because I press the D-pad twice and it only registers one what's the word I'm looking for? Input. There we go. I can make words make sense. Don't you worry about me. I'm fine. Alright. Beto. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably try and be relatively quiet while I'm doing Judgment Ring, because otherwise I'll screw it up. I do note that when you do a lot of combos, you're going to run low on SP a lot faster, because the turn that you choose to combo will take away SP, and then the turn in the combo takes away another SP. So if you do that, you can see on the turn priority there, you will eventually go berserk. When you go berserk, you lose control of the character, and they will attack foes and friends alike. And worst of all, they will use items, so they can waste some of your valuable items. You don't want that to happen.
You can't beat us that easily.
perfect ring victory, we get a Thera-leaf. Woohoo! So yeah, we can have up to 4 characters in the party at once in this game, and that's the way it's going to be for pretty much the whole game. Pretty damn good. Yeah, she lost her sword somewhere along the lines. I'm not sure where that was, but she's got a new one now. If you're good with swords, let me give you this. What's this? It's a script written by the very hand of the famous opera composer Wagner himself. Scene in there that could be very helpful to someone who want to polish up their sword techniques. It's weird. This is how she gains abilities in the game. It's stupid. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yes, there could be like fight choreography listed in there somewhere, but yeah, with your great reflexes, learn a new trick or two from it. So I brought it with me. The Nibelung Prelude. And I'm not going to try and pronounce all of these German names, but yeah, all her abilities are named in German for, I guess, logical reasons, because she's a German citizen, German military officer, whatever. She acquires scores of the opera, she masters more and more sword arts. And she gets a new score, she learns either a new sword art or she raises the level of an existing one. Cool. Think nothing of it. We shouldn't be hanging around here relaxing like this. The entrance to the subway should be just ahead, so let's go do that. What's this? Oh boy. Okay, if you do not have a completed game file from the previous game, you only get one of these. Doesn't matter which one, they're all basically the same. In here, I believe there's an item. There we go. Thera-leaf. And yes, like some of the details they've put into some of the like the backgrounds here, some of them are really detailed and they look really nice. Some of them, specifically in dungeons, are kind of lacking detail in my opinion. So, you know, there's that. Here is a very important treasure chest, if I remember. Crocell. This gives us our first access to a healing spell, which is nice because that's going to save on MP, and I don't think there's any other things in here. So yeah, let's pop that on. Karen can have that, and this is what we got from the boss, which contains Surge. I'm going to give that to her. Surge increases magical attack power. And here I'm going to... Nope. Please. No. Where was the option again? Can't remember. Nope. Okay, here we go. You go and select something and go over here. You have the option to press square button to sort. You can sort the crests by region, by crest level, or alphabetically. Since I don't know the names of like any of them, I'm going to do it by crest level. Early on in this game, it doesn't matter. Later, it will, because you'll be looking for a specific type and you'll just know, it's like, okay, that's going to be a higher leveled one. So this is what I'm going to do now. I highly recommend you choose at least one style and sort it that way. If not, it's going to be very confusing trying to find crests later in the game. Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this one. And was there one other thing? Nope, that was all I wanted to go over at this point. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, that's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.